discuss about the article from electromagnetic induction, that is the induction and energy transfer. In previous lecture, we derived the expression for motional EMF. So when there is a linear or rotational motion of conductor in an magnetic field, then EMF is induced in it. So we see that this induced EMF is in an opposite direction. So we have to do a mechanical work for the production of that induced EMF. So the here mechanical energy can be converted into electrical energy. So the current is flowing through that conductor, but that conductor has a some resistance, and when some current I flows through that resistance R, then there will be production of a heat according to heating law, Joule's law of heating effect. So here mechanical energy is a transfer into a heat energy. So we have to discuss how the mechanical energy is converted into electric energy and electric energy is converted into heat energy, and in this article we discuss about that energy transfers. So consider a figure. In this figure, a rectangular conductor ABCD. Some part of this conductor is placed in a magnetic field. This magnetic field is shown by this dotted line. So some part of this loop is outside the conductor and some part is inside the magnetic field. So here magnetic field is perpendicular to the plane of screen and directed inward. So when this conductor is continuously moving towards the right with uniform velocity phi, then due to this motion the EMF or current is induced in that conductor, and suppose the current I is induced in that conductor in a clockwise sense as shown in a figure. So this current I is induced in this conductor ABCD, and we see that when this conductor is flowing through that entire loop and some part of that loop is placed in a magnetic field. So the current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field. It is experienced by a force. So there will be force F1 will be act on a side AD having length L. The force F2 will be acting on the side AB. The length X of the side AB will be inside the field, and the force F3 will be acting on the side CD of length X, but BC is not in the magnetic field and hence there will be no force will be acting on the side BC. So there are three forces, that is force F1, force F2 and force F3 will acting on that conductor. Okay, and there will be no force will be act on the side BC. It is found that by the symmetry of figure, the magnitude of F2 and F3 is the same and they are oppositely directed. There the force F1 and F2 cancels each other, and only unbalanced force F1 will be acting on the conductor AD and it push this loop towards the left. So it opposes the motion of that conductor towards the right. So to keep the motion, we have to do a external mechanical work on this loop. So let us see how this mechanical work is converted into energy. So by Faraday's law, the induced EMF E is given by equation magnitude of E, that is equal to d phi by dt. So where flux phi, that is a flux, and d phi by dt is the rate of change of magnetic flux. So we know the definition of flux, that is the magnetic field into area. So we have E that is equal to d dt dlx. So where lx is the area of that rectangle. So L is the length, this length, and x is this side. So the area of that rectangle, that is Lx. So B into Lx gives the magnetic flux. So E that is equal to d dt of BLX. Now here B is a magnetic field which is a uniform indicated by a equidistant line, and L is the length of conductor. Though we push this loop towards the right, there will be no change in the length L. So therefore B and L both are constant. So take outside. So we have E that is equal to take outside the derivative sign, we have BL into dx by dt. So by definition dx by dt is a velocity, and therefore we have E that is equal to BL phi. So this is the expression for induced EMF, that is E that is equal to BL phi. So due to the linear motion of that loop. Now, so as the EMF is induced in this loop, if the R is the resistance of that loop, then in a second figure we see that the entire resistance or collective resistance of that loop is a capital R, and E is the induced EMF, then current I will be flow through that loop, and this induced current is given by equation. So magnitude of this induced current is given by equation I that is equal to, by Ohm's law, E upon R, that is equal to, now substitute the value of E, we get I that is equal to BL phi into R. So this is the expression for induced current when there is a linear motion of conductor having length L moving with velocity v of resistance R placed in magnetic field of induction B. So the here we discussed previously that the only unbalanced force F1 will be act on that loop, and the magnitude of that force is given by, so in a previous standard we see that F that is equal to ILB sin theta. That will be general expression for that force, that is F that is equal to ILB sin theta. So here induced current is I, L is a capital L, length of that conductor AD, B induction of magnetic field, and sin theta. So we have F1 is equal to ILB sin theta. So I is induced current, L that is length of that conductor, B is induction of magnetic field, and theta is angle between L bar and B bar. So here if we see the AD is vertical and B bar is perpendicular to the plane of figure and directed inwards, means theta is a 90 degree, and sin theta which is equal to 1, and therefore we have F1 is equal to ILB sin 90, and which is equal to ILB. So the magnitude of force F1, the magnitude of this force F1 is equal to ILB, will be acting on that loop, and by Fleming's left hand rule this force is directed towards the left. So this is unbalanced force F1 which is directed towards the left, will act on that loop. So to continue the motion of that loop towards the right, we have to do a external force, we have to apply a external force of magnitude F on that loop having the same magnitude as that of F but in the opposite direction. So the external force F, the magnitude of that force will be equal to magnitude of F1, and which is equal to ILB. So we have to supply the external force of magnitude ILB on that loop. Now substitute the value of F1 in this equation, we get F that is equal to BL phi. Now the expression for induced EMF, induced current I, that is equal to BLV upon R. Now we have F that is equal to BLV upon R into LB. Now if we multiply that, we get B square L square V upon R. So we have to apply the external unbalanced force F that is equal to B square L square V upon R on that loop to maintain its position or to maintain its induced current in that loop. Now So the mechanical power to keep this motion, by definition of power we have P that is equal to F into phi that is velocity. So the mechanical power, this is a mechanical power. So mechanical power is given by equation F into V. Now substitute the value of F from equation 2, we get P that is equal to B square L square V upon R into V. So phi into V, that is V square. So mechanical power is given by equation B square L square V upon R. That is the rate of doing a mechanical work or rate of consuming a mechanical energy, and which is given by equation B square L square V square upon R. Phi, B is magnetic induction, L length of conductor, phi that is the velocity of that loop, and R is the resistance of that loop. But this current I, in figure second, we previous figure see that if this current I flows through that loop having resistance R, according to heating effect of Joule's law, due to this current which is flowing through resistance R produce a heat, and this heat rate of consuming or producing heat, that is heat power. So heat is produced by this rate P that is equal to I square into R. So I is an induced current, and we derive the expression for it, and now substitute the I that is equal to BL V upon R, its square into R, then we get B square into L square V square upon R. That is equation number 4. So on screen there are two equations. Equation 3 gives the mechanical power or rate of consuming the mechanical energy, that is equal to B L square V square upon R, and equation 4 gives the rate of producing a heat energy, that is the heat power, that is B square L square V square upon R. So if we compare the equation 3 and 4, it is found that the both equations are same. So all the mechanical energy is converted into heat energy. So in this way the mechanical work or mechanical energy is converted into heat energy. So this is about the induction and energy transfer. So we stop here. Okay, thank you.